Welcome to Harry Global. So my first question to you will be, when was the time that you realized that you want to choose cooking as your career?
See, I was always interested in cooking, but always as a hobby. So I started with my cooking classes. And one evening, I would say not evening, late at night, because I would write recipes midnight, past midnight, when there
Right,
was no noise around and it was everything was quiet. So I was writing down a recipe, and when I write a recipe, the cooking goes on in my mind, in my head.
right,
I can visualize the cooking. But that day, when I was writing the recipe and I wrote heat oil, add the curry leaves, I could actually smell the curry leaves. I could, I felt as I was actually cooking. So then I realized how deep I was into cooking. Like, I could smell, I could feel, I could see, when I was writing. And then I
right.
started taking it very seriously.
So I'm guessing that as you started and from the beginning of your journey till now, there must have been many ups and downs. So how did
Yeah.
you cope up with that?
See, I started as a passion with my cooking classes till I soon realized that they were doing so well. People were really appreciating them. Then that was really up, 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 the cooking
Yes,
classes. And then my students only motivated me to put my recipes down in a book. And I visited the publishers and they said yes, we'll do it, because they knew my classes were a huge success, and they all
right,
promised me to publish my cookbook. And when, after doing all the effort and writing the manuscript, I took it to them and they all refused one by one, and that
right,
was very disheartening. And I could have given it up and continued with my classes, but I guess Snap had to be born. And it
right.
was Snap is the publishing house that we have, SNAB. That's Subhash, Neeta, Anurag, and Bhavna are my children. Subhash is my husband.
Yes,
So I guess Snap had to be born, and so I published it myself. I took up the challenge to publish it myself without knowing the ABC of publishing.
right,
Uh, I didn't know the photography. But I was sure that the photography has to be so good that the book is picked up. When you see
right.
something nice, you want to pick up the book. So I
Yes,
failed once, then I did it again. So this way, it was really a challenge, and I did manage to publish my books. And after the first book, that was just okay, okay. But the second book was a real hit, and then there was no looking back in books.
right.
And quite a bit of books. Like, I've written about 500 cookbooks.
Yes,
And after the books, now, again, there was a challenge because the books were kind of stagnant. People were moving on to digital media. So I
yes,
made my books into ebooks. And I thought, my books people are appreciating, my food people are appreciating. Let me give them something which adds more value to their, the food, the recipes that they cook. And so, with my 40 years of experience in cooking, I have now developed masalas, spices.
yes.
I ventured into masalas now, and that is also a challenge, because till date I keep trying out new formulations so that I can really impart that flavor to the food in their
Right,
own kitchens.
right. So in times of stress, everyone likes to have like some comfort food. So I would like to
Mm.
know which cuisine is comforting to you in the times of stress.
I love my Indian food. A paratha, a nice paratha with ande ki burji. Ande ki burji is nothing but scrambled eggs cooked the
Yes,
Indian way with my own spices, like my
right,
own garam masala, or a paneer bhurji, which is a cottage cheese scramble. And I
right.
like my paneer masala. I love my Indian food, paratha and a bhurji.
That's sweet and simple. Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
simple and nice.
So, as times are changing, like you said, like, first you had a book, then you changed into ebook. So, as you kept the transformation going on, did you go through any training, or like, like you had to do some skill development for this? Can you tell us about
Uh,
that?
yeah, you have to keep updating yourself, whether it's cooking or any other field. You need to keep
Right,
updating. Like even today, uh, for Eggless, the other day I'm doing online classes now because
right,
the because of this COVID times, the regular classes are not going on smoothly at all. So I've shifted to online classes, and I did a classes on macarons, and I did it with Aquafaba. So
oh,
Aquafaba is the new eggless substitute. So I
okay,
keep reading about it, and yesterday only I made a very nice jaggery and whole wheat cake with Aquafaba again. So I keep
oh wow,
reading and trying to be up to date with my
right,
knowledge.
great. Uh, so can you tell us about Nita Mehta Culinary Academy?
Culinary Academy, I when I started with my cooking classes, it was from my home, from my
Right,
own kitchen, and but the number of people, the students kept growing, and I could not fit them in my kitchen any
right,
longer. They would be so many that they would even sit on the windowsill and watch. So then I opened up a culinary academy in about 2010, 11. Okay.
okay,
And where, it was two batches going on, morning, evening, and I would take classes. And, when I started with the classes, I would emphasize on the basics of cooking. I would not see that I'm
right,
teaching 10 things. I would teach only two, because I felt if you learn two properly, you can make 10. But if you teach 10, you can't even make two. So my emphasis was on perfect recipes, and the basics should be very clear. And I was doing all
right,
kinds of cuisine, and I was updating myself. It's not that I knew all the cuisines, but I would
right.
visit restaurants and read a lot. And in those days, YouTube and all was not so much. So it was a
Definitely,
lot of
yes.
effort, yes, to gain the knowledge. And I kept like I started with ice cream classes, then I went on
Right,
to Chinese and Thai, Mexican, now Japanese. Now when I'm doing my online classes, I'm doing sushi, which is, so I
okay,
keep doing what is trendy.
right. So as you mentioned that you take online classes, so can you tell me what is the difference between like the physical learning and online learning in cooking?
Uh,
Like,
Initially, I thought that people would not enjoy the online classes, but
right,
when I'm doing the online classes, also people are quite enjoying it. I guess they've got used to this idea of virtual classes,
right,
and there's not much difference because I'm doing the demo in the same way.
great. So you have won an award in the Paris Cookbook Fair. So how
Yeah.
was the feeling?
See, to be recognized in your own country is something different. You, of course, enjoy it,
Definitely,
but to be internationally recognized, it just gives you wings. But you have to work harder. And, when you make a name for yourself, you have to work harder to keep up to it. And I think I was pretty sincere in my work, and I started writing my books more seriously, and the number of books grew, and Snab, our publishing house, soon became the largest cookbook publishers in India.
wow! Congratulations, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, as you have authored 500 cookbooks, so can you give some words of motivation or advice to the budding culinary writers?
See, when I wrote my first book, um, people didn't have faith in books. And gradually, as the number increased and they started trying out my recipes and all, they would say, culinary books, cooking books don't work, but Nita Mehta books work. So I want to just tell the writers that don't disappoint the readers. Put yourself in their place and see, after working so hard, if your recipe doesn't turn out well, how bad one would feel. So Write your recipes sincerely. Just don't write for the heck of writing. Try your
Right.
recipes properly and then put them down so that the person who's making the recipe is not disappointed.
Yes, definitely.
Be honest. Basically, be honest with your work.
Okay. So thank you, ma'am. It was
Thank
it was really nice talking to you.